This is the webinar recording for the EcoClimate Foundation webinar, with support of the CCAC and UNEP, titled From Waste to Wealth, held on the 28th of February, 2026.
Okay, good. So we are now officially starting the webinar as it's been recorded. So the first speaker, of course, is our one and only ED, in person of Prof. J.A. Adakole, the ED of EcoClimate Foundation, who will be giving us our opening remarks. Prof, over to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, all. The ED has muted himself. Okay, I said good morning, all, and welcome to this exciting EcoClimate Foundation webinar series 02/28/02/2026, titled From Waste to Wealth. It is a privilege to see so many young people gathered here today, ready to think differently about one of the greatest challenges of our time: waste. Too often, it is only seen as a burden, a symbol of pollution and neglect. But here at EcoClimate Foundation, we believe that waste is not just everywhere. It is also an opportunity to innovate, to create, and to lead the fight against climate change. Our mission is simple, yet powerful: to work with communities to reduce pollution, protect nature, and respond to climate change through practical solutions. Today's session is about shifting the mindset from seeing waste as a problem to recognizing it as a resource that can generate income, spark entrepreneurship, and deliver real climate impact. We will explore how everyday waste can be transformed into wealth, how innovation can turn challenges into opportunities, and how young people like you can be at the forefront of climate change mitigations. This is not just about awareness, it is about action. Because what stands as thought becomes words, words becomes actions, and actions shapes the future. To make this learning engaging, we will have an interactive cohort session and will celebrate the winners of the methane-free community challenge. These young innovators remind us that climate action is not abstract. It is practical, it is local, and it is achievable, which we will work together. So I invite you all here to listen, to participate, and to imagine new possibilities. Together, we can turn waste into wealth, and together, we can build a future that is cleaner, fairer, and more sustainable. Thank you all, and let's begin.
Thank you very much for those wise words, Edie. So, to our next agenda, we'll be giving the floor to Mr. Zahardin Mohammed, the CEO of Sadma Waste Recycling. Mr. Zahardin, are you with us? I think, let me pin your profile. Trying to find his profile to pin. Just a minute. No, he's actually not speaking. He's having a few network challenges, regular Nigeria problems. So Mr. Zahardin is actually the CEO of Khadma Waste Recycling. In fact, he's currently on a trip to Adamawa, but he took his time and he can provide impact to the community. So that was why he accepted to be on this webinar. But where he is, sometimes the actual place you go to get this waste, they are not, they don't really have very reliable networks. But we're trying to get him back. He'll be with us very, very soon. No, don't, it's not a voice issue, it's a network issue. Our speaker is having a challenge rejoining the webinar. Okay, he has just messaged me now. I believe he should be able to join again.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Welcome, sir.
Sorry for the interruption. Wallahi, the place where I have been now, we have poor network now. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. I hope everybody is hearing me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry for the delay. I have bad network in my place now.
Okay. Would you be able to share your screen?
Firstly, my name is Muhammad Zaradin. I'm the CEO of Kadma Waste Recycling, and our recycling plant based in Kaduna. And I work with several waste facilities in Kaduna. I work with SPC Integrated Recycling Company in Kaduna, which is our biggest recycling plant in the whole of Kaduna. Because in SPC, we recycle almost all of the waste material there. So our topic of discussion now is the plastic waste problem. That is our main topic to discuss now. Our plant is facing unprecedented plastic waste crisis, which is sometimes the plastic crisis is growing into a million tons of plastic entering landfills and the ocean. So if we want to tackle this issue, we have to bring some ideas and other process so that we can process the plastic waste, which is waste to wealth. In our facilities, I think we recycle almost all of the plastic, most especially PET, which is polyethylene terephthalate, which is plastic bottles like soda bottles, water bottles. We have a baling machine that we bale the material, and we have machine that we reprocess this plastic, this particular product into yarn, so that we can sell it to the market. People can make bedsheet with the material. And also we reprocess PP material, which is polypropylene. PP material is commonly being used in other various type of product like automobile parts, and we use it in our kitchen utensils. We produce plate, cup, and other types of daily uses item in our houses. And we use HDPE, which is high density polyethylene. And high density polyethylene in our plant, what only we did with it is to make plastic kettles. That is what we are doing with the HDPE. Then LDPE, which is low density polyethylene, that one we reprocess the material into pallets and sell it to some production company which are producing pure water sachet with the material. Then we have PVC, polyvinyl chloride. PVC, we only reprocess the material and sell it to some production material in Lagos, which are producing some items with it. And we are reprocessing carbon, which is, carton material. So in carton material, we reprocess it and be making some other product like egg crates. That is what we do with the material. So this is what we are doing with the material. But initially, I have some other projects apart from all this what we have been producing, which is turning plastic waste into bricks. I did that project once. So even now, I hope I can able to achieve that my goal in terms of producing plastic bricks with pure water sachets, PET material. That is the main material I wanted to use to be producing uh, plastic bricks. Okay, let me check. Okay, we have environmental impact, sub-degradation of marine ecosystem and over waterways. So in terms of environmental impact, we can organize like community cleanup in every month to be cleaning our environment so that our environment will be clean. And we have economic loss. In economic loss, I don't know what to say about that because billions of dollars in raw material value are lost by abandoning plastic instead of recovering them. Sorry.
I don't know if you are still speaking, but we're unable to hear you.
I think you have some network challenge.
Okay. Okay, I think we'll just give him like a minute or so. If he can't, uh, we'll be finishing up his session. His time is already going up. Okay, so apologies for that. So that we don't keep wasting on time, I believe I will just continue with his session. So from where he stopped, actually the type of plastics we do have for recycling, we all say plastic, but they are not the same. The plastic that you use in your water bottles are different from the plastic for your electric switch, are different from the plastics that you use for your plates, are different from the plastic in your washing rubbers and your cups. So the major types we do have are the PET, the polyethylene terephthalate. So this one is commonly used for like water bottles or soda bottles. So think your Coca-Cola, your Sprite bottles. These are all examples of the PETs. Then the next one now is the PP, polypropylene. These ones are usually found in like the caps of those water bottles themselves or the caps of food containers. They are a bit stronger, so to some extent, a modified version of it is also used in automobile parts, that's your cars. If you do know, the cars do have a plastic parts. If you do enter a car, the dashboard side, they're all made of plastic. The next is the PVC. These ones are usually used in the plumbing sectors. So think of hard plastic that is thick. So you uh, for example, your plumbing pipes, the frames of your windows, those slider windows that you do have, medical tubing, the one you use to have drips, because these specifically are like rigid and they are very strong. The next is the high density polypropylene. So this is like PP, but it has been treated well. So this one usually you do get them in, let's say, detergent bottles because they are durable to reacting with those acidic components of your detergents and your, let's say, your toilet wash. The next now you have is LDPE, which these are used for things like your plastic bags, your gift wraps. These are a bit more flexible to some extent, so that's why that's the category of where you can get them from. Now, uh, the steps now we do have in the entire process of recycling plastic itself. The first step is actually the collection. So you actually have to collect this plastic from where they are being dumped. For example, now our main speaker, Mohammed Zaradin, is currently at Adamawa, there to collect waste, to oversee that waste is being collected properly. Now, all recycling processes starts with the collection, right? So where do you get this from? Of course, you have the waste speakers to help you out with that, and you incentivize them for it. You do have aggregation for it. So it's not all type of waste that is going to be brought. And for each waste you bring, you kind of weigh what you are having. So you weigh the, let's say, the weight or the size of what you are receiving, so that you can pay them well to have the commercial value of it. Then the source separation now is the different types of plastic itself now, so that they'll be able to not just bring you any type of garbage. So let's say you're only into recycling bottles of water bottles now, right? You wouldn't want them to be bringing you car parts, because of course you are not recycling that specific type of plastic, right? This also creates lots of jobs, because for each step of this process, jobs have been created. Now, the next step that usually happens is, after collecting all this waste from the dump site, you bring them back to your factory or your processing plant, and you sort them, because as we said already, you can't just mix plastic, because they are not the same. They are not made the same way. They don't have the same chemical structures. So if you mix it up, you tend to have unusable plastic. So you really need to sort it to make sure that all the plastics that you have are of similar chemical structure. I believe some of us here have a bit of understanding of organic chemistry. We know that you don't just mix things up. So you either manually sort this, or you have a machine that do sort it. So these machines are do have high-speed cameras that can quickly deflect any moving objects on the conveying tray, which would either use the color itself or the texture of what it is, depending on which model of the machine is being used. So you sort and you separate your plastics. Now, what we're trying to do is make sure that all the plastics are closely related chemically before moving on to trying to recycle them. Now, the next thing we'll do is we wash and we clean. So we do know that the plastic from waste dumps are usually dirty. So you just can't like pick them, you've sorted, and you say, okay, let's melt it down and recycle. Of course, you have to wash it down to reduce the impurities, because you never know. Something was taken, let's say Coke was taken inside, another one Zobo was taken inside, another one something different was taken. So you can't, it's not something you just push in. You tend to have impurity, which will defeat your entire purpose of recycling, because you end up with unusable materials. So what you do is, the steps into washing and cleaning now, we have the label removals. The label removals now, we're talking about for the bottles now, we're talking about you removing the labels on those specific bottles. So your Coke now, you remove the red Coke stuff, because the label itself is made of another different type of plastic, which it's not what we need, of course. So you try to get this out. Then your hot wash, you use pressured hot water to bath it up. So what we actually use for this is, you first take it through a hot water bath, then you add caustic soda to remove all the dirt, the oils, and the organic residues in those plastics. Then we take it through another process for drying. So we've removed the labels, we've taken it through a hot bath, then we dry it up to make sure that you only end up, of course, with the plastic, no liquids also with it. Next, then, after all the processes we've done, we now shred them into smaller pieces. Remember, plastics are like big, empty, like they're hollow, so you can't like ship them well. The most efficient way to have them in a compact space is to shred them into smaller pieces. So you shred them into flakes or pellets, depending on what is the end process they are looking for. So usually, anybody that's into the collection phase of recycling ends his work here. So after he collects, he washes hot, he would shred, then he would sell the shredded version to other companies. So those companies now are engaged in other processes of the recycling chain and will be able to further make other things from the plastics that he has given. Now, uh, what can you actually get from those recycled pallets now, right? So, of course, they are textiles, they are clothing materials. Some of the yards you wear are made from plastics, especially the female ones. There's all this plastic Ankara now that I believe they call them rubber Ankara. They are all made from plastics. You can make those with recycled plastic. Although most of them, they do use fresh plastic to make them, but they are also doable with recycled plastic. There are lots of companies out there that are into recycling these to textile. You can also make bottles, but to some extent, making other bottles is not very, very efficient. So usually people do skip this because you're melting down a bottle to create another bottle. I don't know whether you guys understand the irony of it. Next, you have industrial straps. So these are like long tapes that you can use to wrap around. I don't know if you've bought certain things, maybe your fish also. There's like a plastic that they use to wrap it out. It's very, very strong. So these are the strappings. They are also made from plastic and they could be made from recycled plastic also. Now, so what are the things that you could upcycle to from these materials after you've got them into the pallets? What is, because we did say there are different types of plastics, remember from the beginning. So if you collected those specific types of plastics and you have sorted them and you've melted and shrinked them into pallets, what are the things you can get out of them specifically now, right? So for the high density polyethylene, that's the HDPE, you can get your agricultural plastics, your plastic lumber. Remember, we said this one is strong and rigid. It does not quickly react to acids, right? So you can have your outdoor furnitures, your heavy duty trash cans, and your non-food bottles. This is not very good for ingestion, of course. You have your PP, which you can use for your automotive parts. These are probably your bumpers, people that do drive cars a lot, your battery casing, your plastic chairs, your plastic tables, these brooms that do have sticks with them, your storage bins, your reusable containers. All these are achievable with the PP. And the low density polyethylene, that's the LDP. You can use this to get your trash bags. So this is low density to some extent. So it's very, very flexible to use. So that's why you kind of use this for your textiles, your trash bags, your raincoats. Anything that's flexible comes under this category. Then your PVC, you can have your sewage pipes, sewage or drainage pipes, your traffic cones, your garden hoses, and floor tiles. I don't know if you guys know of plastic floor tiles. It's also a very interesting thing. Mr. Zardin was making mention of making interlock tiles also. This is the same PVC that's been used for interlock tiles. Instead of your regular cement interlock, you use this PVC to create the interlock tiles. So what are the chains? What are the revenue streams, like each process that takes within the recycling life cycle, right? So you could choose to specialize on one path of this recycling process, right? And you still make a lot of wealth from it. So the first one, of course, is collection and integration from the steps that we've already mentioned. So you could choose that the only thing you do is you interact directly with the waste pickers, and you would collect the waste from them, you weigh the weight from them, and you sell it to another person, to another company that's into the next process, right? Also, you could choose to be in the processing part of it now. The processing now is, okay, you're the one that's going to wash, shred, remove the stickers, and you turn them into pallets or flakes that you can compact them into one single place. You could also be the third aspect of it is, of course, being an end product manufacturer. So this means after you now buy the flakes and the pallets, and you turn it into other materials now. So the slide before this now, we mentioned that things like the PVC, you could use it for the plastic plastic tiles, plastic interlock tiles, things like the PP, you could use them for the what did I call them again? Trash leather. You can use them for your raincoats and stuff. So this third part now, yeah, the end product manufacturer. It means you are the one now turning those flakes and pallets into those end products, right? So the exporting opportunities, of course. Exporting opportunities now mean you buy locally from these people that process, and you export them to earn in foreign currencies. So it's not that you're actually exporting the end products. No, you're exporting highly processed, high quality processed flakes and pallets from the processing chain, from the processing part of the chain, and you're exporting it to other countries. Of course, yeah, you get more for what you're exporting because of the exchange rate. So this is the revenue streams within the value chain. So what are the impacts if you choose to engage in recycling plastic waste, right? So, of course, we do have job creation. Nobody's going to be seated jobless again. We are creating job opportunities. You are self-employed. The waste pickers there, you give them job opportunities. The person that would transport it for you, they also give him an opportunity. I don't know whether you guys are understanding this. So it makes people busy and make wealth from things that they do every day. The next is SME growth. These are small and medium enterprises. So you can actually set this up as a company, like our speakers, Mohammed Zaradin. He has a company that he founded, and he's currently the CDO. That's the Sadma Recycling company. He's also a stakeholder in a lot more companies. I think there were up to 4 or 5 of them. Just to not overhype him. That was why we couldn't add everything. But he's really into waste recycling itself. So this actually grows businesses. I know if businesses grow, it's very, very good for the economy also. Import reduction. So if we are able to recycle all the plastic we have, or most of the plastic we have, or most of the plastic that we have, of course, would reduce the our reliance on what we're importing, right? The community income, of course, we're helping those rural communities. We're injecting capital into those rural communities, of course, because money doesn't really flow that much to those rural communities where the main dump sites are, right? So communities around the dump sites now would all be employed and will have cash injection, which will also help the small and medium businesses around those. Like you can see, it's almost a win-win all around, right? So any recycling business really, really helps almost everybody involved in it. Now, what does the environment itself gain from recycling? Right? Of course, we reduce our landfill waste, we have lower emissions, and we have cleaner and safer cities, right? We need to move a bit quicker. So what are the investment opportunities? Of course, so you can have a recycling plants, or you can finance equipment that will be used to, of course, the sorting, the transport, logistics, and all of those. there could be partner. This will bring up partnerships with the private and public sectors, and government investing into businesses that are into recycling. Of course, our former speaker also is a beneficiary of this. There's also the carbon credit market, where companies out there pay you to help them take climate action on their behalf. So you have things that are called carbon credits, and they pay you for them. So this is an urge for you to join this movement. We need you as an individual. We need you as a business. We need you as an investor. We also need the government to be to see these opportunities the way we see them, and take action. Bring about reduced climate change. Now, waste is not just garbage. It's an untapped capital that not everybody is able to see the potential it has. Right. So this would be the end of our presentation. Thank you all for being with us. We'll be moving on to our next agenda, which is the Kahoot session based on this. Somebody said they are not able to see the slide again. Is that also true for any other person? You can just drop it in the comments section, please. Sometimes it's just your network that's having issues. Okay, so Mr. Dr. Stephen Abiodun is able to see my screen. So I believe, Rosemary, probably your network, you can click off the call and try joining again. So next we'll be moving on to the Kahoot session. And I believe people that are coming back to this that are not first timers know how we do it here. Let me change the screen I'm sharing. Good. Okay, so our game pin is going to be ready. So for those that are joining, that this is their first time having a Kahoot, you have to go to kahoot.it. Let me type it out on the chat. Kahoot.it. Once you go there, you would have our game pin very soon, and you'll be able to see it. Okay, so the game pin is 943423. Let me send both to the group right now. Okay, so I've dropped the link to the Kahoot on the group, the WhatsApp group, and the pin also. So you can just quickly grab it from there for your convenience. Okay, I think we can start so that we don't waste too much time waiting for others to join. Network is really not encouraging today, so we just have to bear with ourselves. I think I saw close to 20 people before. The numbers have dropped again. Yeah. So let's just start this session then. I can see Nafisa again. Nafisa that won our last time. Yes, sir. Someone trying to get my attention?
Shitu,
Yes.
that plastic that Zahradin, is it still around? I have some few questions to ask.
He's not able to join the call anymore. He's currently, I think, on the border side to Cameroon also. So the network there is very, very bad. But of course, his contact details are with us, so in case there's something.
Is another.
Or maybe probably you could, if there's anyone that have personal questions, they can direct it to you. You direct to them, or you just share his contact. I don't know. It's
Okay.
Those are personal questions.
It's okay.
What's happening to people's network now? From 18 to
The M10 is very poor now with this the wind and the dust in the air. So I think we should just manage the number we have to maximize time.
yeah. So let's just reach 15 again. We are close to 20. Once we're at 15, one more person, and we start. Still dropping. Okay, 13. I really still don't understand why we can't have stable network in Nigeria. Okay, I think we just start. Yeah, get ready. Okay, that's the first question. 6 people got it right, and the rest it's scattered. And we have Simon followed by Nafisa. Nafisa, I hope you are not here to do the way you did the last time. Plastic waste has no economic value once discarded. True or false? Plastic waste, of course, it has economic value. The question says it has no economic value, so it's false. Nafisa is already back dominating us. Mrs. Veronica, come and take your Nafisa. Which of the following is commonly made from HDPE? High density polyethylene. Remember, said it is rigid and strong. and does not quickly react to detergents. And Simon is back up again. Maddox and Winner are both here. Proper sorting of plastic waste increases their resale value. Yeah, 17 answers. Oh, that's nice. Maddox, Nafisa, Simon, you guys are all doing well. What is the first step in the plastic recycling process? Hmm. 18 people got the answer right. That's good. So it means we've had close to 20 something people on the game, no? That's good. The tables are not yet turning, no. What's happening now? After plastics are washed and cleaned, what is the next major step? Do we burn them? Do we shred? Do we fill lands with it? Do we bury them? Which one? Yeah, we shred them into flakes. That's very good. This means you guys are paying good attention. We'll have Steve Olu and Maddox. Recycled pallets are sold as industry raw materials. Ah, everybody got it right. That's good. Ah, why is the table not turning now? Which plastic is commonly used for water bottles and soft drinks? Oh, okay. That's nice. This one there's no guesswork. So the following can recycled PET become? Yeah. uh, some people chose glass. Wow. Let's be paying more attention. And we have somebody named the winner already. Nafisa is having the highest answer streak of 9 straight answers in a row. Plastic recycling can create jobs in collection and processing. Oh, okay. Everybody's getting this one correct. Are tables turning? No, not yet. Okay. It's still the oh, it looks like a lot of people We're really paying attention. Simon is really holding on to this number one, and Afisa is following him back with the person winner, Stivolo and Maddox. We have three more questions. What is one environmental benefit of recycling plastics? Reduce pollution, more landfill waste, reduce methane emissions, higher flooding rates. Ah, how is everybody getting this? Nobody wants to choose the wrong answer. Really? Mixed plastic always produce higher quality recycled materials. True or false? If you mix up plastic, do you have a higher quality or you have a lower quality? Ooh. That's why we say we sort them and we aggregate them just to make sure we increase their market value. Nafisa is up, winner is up, and Simon has been overtaken. This is interesting. Which business opportunity exists in the recycling value chain? Which of the business exists in the recycling value chain? Collection business, processing business, manufacturing business, or all of the above? Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. Nafisa, winner, and Stivolu. Wow. Is this the end? Okay, there's one more question. No, okay, all 18 people got this correctly. Now, let's see. The third position goes to Stivolu. Second position goes to winner. Wow, your name is already winner. Don't tell me it's Nafisa. Don't tell me it's Nafisa. Nafisa again. Nafisa, you won two of our webinars already. Congrats to all those that played. And the rest, I believe some of you actually know this stuff, but it's the network that has been the way it is. Of course, you have to be fast and accurate at the same time. So I believe that was the problem that you guys were facing. Good. So as always, let me just screenshot your winning what's it called? What is on your page like this? Well, the first, second, and third person, you send it to the group. We'll be opening the group just in a while. Send it to the group with your account number. Remember, EcoClimate will credit you live. We don't do audio money. Now let's get back to our session. Okay, I believe the next thing we have on the agenda is presentation by Dr. Awad. Presentation by Dr. Awad on bioenergy, which is methane in Nigeria.
Shidu, so sorry, I think somebody's asking that the group is still locked. So maybe you should look at that.
Yes, I know. So Jared, are you with us? Okay. Okay. If you can, I believe the screen is visible, right? His slides are visible to you guys. Can someone help me visually confirm? Maybe you can just type in the group on the chats that's visible.
It is visible.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Doctor, we are waiting for you. If you are trying to speak, Doctor, your mic must still be muted. I think I can unmute you from here. So we still can't hear you.
The presenter is muted. So in
Yes,
case you're trying to talk,
that's
we
all we're
can't
trying
hear
to.
you. Thank you.
No. Yes. Okay, and also, just to note that some people couldn't join the webinar.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Yeah, you can have the floor is yours.
Hello.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. First of all, good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Jawad, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to this webinar on bioenergy methane in Nigeria, opportunities, prospect, and sustainable development pathways. So, first of all, we are focusing on methane. And what we are going to do today, we are going to explore how methane-based bioenergy, commonly known as biogas, which is methane, can serve as a practical solution to some of our Nigerian most pressing challenges, which include waste management problems, environmental degradation, and ultimately climate change mitigation. Focusing on methane today, we can say that Nigeria is richly endowed with biomass resources, which are from agricultural residue and livestock municipal to municipal solid waste, and yet much of these potentials remain underutilized. So this presentation will highlight some of the prospects of your harness and this such kind of waste in which we can transform it into something useful like waste to wealth. So actually basically let's start by defining waste. Looking at a waste, we can see is anything unwanted material that is due for discarding. But technically, we are looking to a waste as a resources for another industry. Waste is considered as a resource in a wrong place. We call it resource in a wrong place because if you carry another waste now, end product of another industry is the new resources for another industry. So waste is something for which we have no further use and which we wish to get rid of it, and it can be organic and also inorganic. So I didn't know whether some of us are already into working in energy or agriculture or environmental sciences here.
Yes, sir, they are, sir.
Yes, I did answer. Okay, sir. So maybe let me ask this. What is Nigeria's biggest energy challenge today that we are facing now?
Sorry, come again, please.
Sorry, come again, please. I said what is the Nigerian biggest energy challenge we are facing today? Hello?
I believe it's
I believe it's
electricity.
electricity.
Uh,
Uh,
well, with you, I think most of
well,
them
with
are
you, I think
getting
most of them are getting it
in
okay
the
in
chat.
the chat. Okay, okay.
Electricity, this one
Electricity,
says no
this one says
lights.
no lights.
Government wants to ban
Government
solar
wants to ban solar
importation.
importation. Actually, we can encompass it and said sustainability of our light. That's the major challenge we are facing today. Because since from its generation, distribution, its capacity and everything, we can say we are somehow left behind when we compare ourselves to other regions. So we can see that we have something huge to do, but so let's get back to our slide now. And the slide is bioenergy in Nigeria, the opportunities, prospect, and pathways for sustainable development. First of all, bioenergy is energy which is derived from biological materials, which are biomass. And this biomass, we can see we have it in abundance in Nigeria, and which is make Nigeria as one of the important country that it can focus on biomass renewable energy sources. And this bioenergy is one of the oldest, most reliable renewable energy sources available to humanity because we are focusing now the issue of climate change. So when we focus on this issue of climate change, we can see that we need something renewable, something like this issue of bioresources, something like this issue of biogas, and others because it will eradicate the issue we are focusing on climate change, and it will give us some of the industrialization we are focusing in Nigeria. It has to be limited so that we can harness this issue of bioenergy, and we can classify it into different sources. Like I said, we have the organic sources and we have the inorganic sources. So focusing on this bioenergy, we can see that it's organic. So from there we have its source we can see is from solid biomass, biofuels and others, biogas and all the methane. So focusing on this, we can see that biogas is a mixture of gases which are produced during breakdown of organic matter in the absence of oxygen, which scientifically we call it as anaerobic digestion. And in this digestion, the end point is methane and other useful components, in which methane make up the 50 to 70% of the gas, and other components like the hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, and water vapor make other components. So we can see that the sources which we can produce on this organic waste is mostly from animal waste, agricultural residue, food waste, and also municipal sewage. And also other organic industrial effluent can serve as sources for this biogas. So scientifically, anaerobic digestion, as I said, is the breakdown of organic matter in the absence of oxygen, and which have four stages. The first stage is the hydrolysis stage, and the second is acidogenesis stage, and the third is acetogenesis, and the last is the methanogenesis. So this all is scientifical base in which all it happens under a situation in which there is absence of oxygen and the waste is efficiently converted to a clean energy. So methane, now we can see that the issue of methane is one of the greenhouse gas which lead to global warming. And globally now, the issue affecting the world is the issue of these GPGs, greenhouse gas effect, in which all the United Nations conferences, all countries are alleging and pledging to reduce their emissions, in which we can see that this methane it has effect on climate action, because it's one of the gases that is produced through industrialization and urbanization. As I said, for the climate action, captures methane emission directly. Methane is highly potent of greenhouse gas effect, and making it, if we can capture it, we can reduce the greenhouse gas effect, and likely we can limit the ozone layer depletion that is happening now, and also waste management, because now if we focus on our dump site and also some part of our market, especially where they are selling oranges, vegetables, we can see that we can perceive the smell of this methane, especially the rotten oranges smell. So converting this hazardous waste, it can happen that we can eradicate this effect, and also we can increase the public health of our society, and also it has economic perspective, and at last we can see that our environment will look clean and we can sanitize our environment. And also lastly, it have advantage to our agriculture. It increase the fertility of our soil, because now most of the inorganic fertilizers we are using, it's killing our and degrading the quality of our soil. So this endpoint of the sludge we can get or digested we can get from this manufacturer of methane, we can use it in our as biofertilizer to restore the depleted soil, and it will boost the fertility of our soil. So majorly Nigeria's energy challenge, we can see that Nigeria as a nation, we have the availability of resources already, as I said, and also we have the population, because we are saying that we are over 200 million people in our country now, and major challenges we are facing is lack of electricity, and mostly we depend on our fossil fuel. And critically, we can see that, and this what is happening in our villages, like cutting down of trees and everything, burning of bushes and everything like that. We can see that we are trying to survive, and in this survival, we are using mostly charcoal and other firewood like that. So for our daily survival, we are killing the habitat there. So everything there, it have consequences, in which part of the consequences is deforestation, and we can see that part of the consequences, we have energy poverty and everything like that. So as I said, there are opportunities in this conversion of resources. Enormous feedstock are available because I said Nigeria, we have plenty of resources that we can harness and use as a resource or as a feedstock for biogas production, which is methane. We can see that we have from edible sources, and we can see that we have from non-edible sources, like we have some of the seed we have now. We can produce this gas from it, or like jatropha seed. We can see we have various sources like cassava peels. We have something from agricultural residue. So Nigeria generates massive volume of organic waste across different sectors, much of which causing decay in our open dump site. Because at last, all this agricultural residue we are carrying, at last, its endpoint is our dump site, and we can see if it is in, if we drop it at the dump site, it will cause environmental pollution, and part of which the environmental pollution from there, it have effects to the health of the people living there. So which from agriculture, we have different perspective of production or feedstock available for this methane production, like from cattle dung, sheep dung, chicken dungs. We can produce this methane, and also from residue of agriculture like maize, rice, cassava, we can have this methane. So we can see that we have different untapped organic waste that we can harness it. If we proper harness this material, we can produce something useful, which can lead to increasing the country. It will increase our country performance in the aspect of renewable energy. So part of these useful opportunities we have is waste management, converting this waste, because people use it as waste. All these what I mentioned, part of the maize stalk, rice husk, cassava peels, we term it as a waste, and we normally drop it outside. So we can see that if we can combat it, it will reduce the municipal waste that is generated. And part of it, we can see that waste management is something that we can see that it brings employment to the society. And what we can term as employment, we can see that from generation to disposal of a waste, we have each of the category in which you can start as a business investment. We can see that utilizing this biodigested from the methane production, we can use it in our farm as biofertilizer, which will increase the soil fertility. And also these bring green jobs to the society, and also we can generate reliable sources for our lights. From the economic perspective, we can see that it will enhance energy security, and also it will unlock opportunities for carbon credit, in which it's a lucrative business, and someone can start it and to generate revenue streams from it through methane emission mitigation. And it will reduce the dependence on the fossil fuel that our country is focused now. And lastly, there is reliability. in this biogas production, because if someone started, we can see that the biogas or the energy that you can produce, we can use it in our industries as the main source of power, and it can power our universities and it can power our hospitals, etc. Because mostly what is happening, we can see in hospital we want stable light 247. So through these biogas that we can produce, we can use it we can use it to power our universities. As a student, you can have this project to produce the gas, because basically in Nigeria here, I see some of our projects we are doing as not relevant to what we are doing to our society, because you can find out a student might have a project on the generation of biodiesel, and at last you can produce the biodiesel. When you produce the biodiesel, at last what do you do with the endpoint result? I mean the result. If we have the idea to produce the biodiesel, we have the idea to produce the biogas, at last what are we doing with our project at the end? We can see we are not doing anything. At last we'll just finish and bind the copies of our project and we just submit to the school, and that's the end, which is not good as it is now. We can harness it, because now as the country is moving with this rate of employment that we have, we can see someone can start it as a source of business, and it will give lucrative money. So we can see as a sustainable development aspect, we have environmental benefit, which focus on reduction of methane emission, and last it will reduce deforestation, and it will improve sanitation to our society, and also it will reduce the rate of air pollution we have, and directly we can see it have impact on climate change mitigation, and at last it will support the Nigerian commitment to Paris Agreement. So part of the social benefit of this methane production we have is access to clean and safe cooking energy, because countries like India are fast in this. They are using it to power their no, gas cooker at homes. Basically, most of their homes, at the back of the home, they will have the biodigester there, where they will install it there, and maybe they are using the resources they have, which is maybe from kitchen drop, maybe from the dungs of the animals, etc., to produce and generate the gas. So we can see that we can use it as a source of business too, and it will reduce the air pollution and improve respiratory health. Also, it will serve as a source empowering the youth, because now we as the youth, we are complaining no job, no job, no job. There are jobs available to us when we harness the resources we have in Nigeria. And also all this issue, it will reduce the limitation we are having in deforestation, which reduces the rate at which we fell down trees. So navigating the challenges we have, basically part of the challenges that we said it need to be addressed is something like the government policies. Some of the government policies, we have the policies there, but directly the policies are not in relevant direction to what is happening to our society. The policies are just written, but we are not using it. We are not harnessing it to full. So actually there is high cost of investment in Nigeria. If you bring something new and you didn't have cost, you didn't have something like capital investment to start that business, you are not moving anywhere. So we can see that we can start with the available resources we have, like the rice hawks. Rice hawks is in abundance. When someone goes to where they are milling rice, the rice hawks, we can get it at cheaper rates, and you can convert it to something useful. When someone went to all these where they are selling oranges, we can pack the rotten oranges and convert it to something useful, and at last which will bring green fund to you. And also there is lack of institutional awareness, in which there is need for awareness to the public on the prospects we have in this renewable energy aspect, because we have abundance feedstock in Nigeria that we can harness it and start the business. And also we have technical expertise. Most of our universities now are not fully into renewable energies, because there is need that our institutions to introduce the renewable energy from first degree stage, so that someone can start it at the early age. So if someone have the idea from the beginning, we can see that you will just be advancing the idea since from the beginning, maybe your 4 years of first degree, and you can advance this in your at your master's level, and lastly you can advance it with your research. So we can see that there is need for technical expertise which need to start from the beginning. So the future, Nigeria is positioned to become the world's largest producer of biogas, and it can serve as the leader of biogas in Africa, because we have the resources. Because some of the African nations near us, like the neighboring countries, are already into renewable sources. Like they use cassava to generate gas, to generate oils that they can power their electricity and everything there. So some of our African countries are fully into it. So Nigeria, we can see that most of this project, I didn't know whether someone have somewhere they're harnessing this gas in our northern part of the country. But most of these projects we can see they are somehow available in the southern part of the country. So someone can have it here at the northern side, you can start it. And also we have the large gas recovery we have. We can have it as a source, in which upgrading this raw biogas to pure biomethane for national grid production. We can have seamless integration with smart renewable mini grid, because some of the production we have is we can blend the resources we have, in which it reduce the dependence on the fossil fuel we have. So there are investment opportunities we can start. Someone can start it as I said, waste to energy, and you can partner with the government agencies to serve as consultant or producer, which we can someone can leverage on it. And also we can commercialize the process, and we can someone can engage in financing opportunities like the green bond opportunities, the carbon sequestration. And also someone can need grant, you can have international grant for this green project. So lastly, the time is now for methane bioenergy, and this it offers a robust pathway, like it will lead to energy security, environmental protection, environmental diversification, rural development, and lastly climate mitigation. So let me ask this: considering the amount of agricultural waste generated annually in Nigeria, so why do you think Nigeria has not yet scaled at national level? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
I said, considering the amount of agriculture we are generating annually in Nigeria, why do we think this biogas issue have not scaled at national level?
Okay, I think let me
Okay,
go
I think
first.
let me go first.
Okay.
One of the things might
One of
be
the things might
the lack of
be the lack
awareness
of
by
awareness
people.
by people.
To some extent,
Yes.
you know, some people are just
Some
living life
people are just living life
as they see that
as they
some
see
of
that
the things
some of
that they
the
get
things that they get
are not even aware that some of the
are not even aware that some of
actions that they take are
actions they
actually
take are
Yes.
affecting the
actually
climate or
affecting
anything.
the climate
So
or
they are not
anything.
even
They are
thinking
not
of,
even
okay,
thinking
let's
of,
find a
okay,
better
let's
way
find a
to
better
do
way
this.
to
They're just
do
like,
this. They're just
let's
like,
live and
let's live and
have our thing
have our thing
on a regular.
on a regular.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah. We have
we
some
have some
interesting
interesting
options in the
options in
stats,
the
and
stats,
Veronica
and
Adana is
Veronica Adana
also
is
wanting to speak.
wanting to speak.
Okay,
Actually, that is
from
the
my
main
end,
problem.
From my end,
am I permitted to
am I
speak?
permitted to speak?
Yes, more.
Okay, I think one of the
I
biggest
think one of the
challenges
biggest
Nigeria
challenges
faces
Nigeria
is
faces
lack
is
of
lack of
coordination.
coordination.
Definitely.
Like you rightly
Like you
mentioned during
rightly
your
mentioned during your
presentation,
presentation,
a lot of
a lot of
undergraduate projects,
undergraduate projects,
research, both
research,
at
both at
undergraduate and
undergraduate
postgraduate
and
in our
postgraduate in
university
our
are
university
just lying
are just
fallow.
lying fallow.
We have very robust policies and all of that. But when it comes to implementation, it's a big challenge. So what I think is the biggest challenge is from policy to action. That's where the gap lies. And that's where partners, organizations, development partners, development financial institutions, and the likes need to focus their energy on. Like when addressing Nigerian problem, I will tell people that Nigeria doesn't have problem of innovation or anything.
Yes, I
Rather,
have the problem.
we lack the resources, we lack the willpower to put to practice what is already on paper. And I think it cuts across all sectors. That's one of the biggest challenges in my opinion.
That's great. Because Nigeria does not lack the biomass resources. We have it in abundance. And Nigeria does not lack technical knowledge. We have the knowledge and we have the institution that will impart the knowledge. I think what remains from our side is strong policy implementation from the government, financial incentive, and institutional coordination. And there is need for sustained political will. If we can properly harness all these opportunity, methane bioenergy can transform waste into wealth and move Nigeria closer to sustainable development goals actually.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know if I can ask a question also or make a little contribution, if time
okay,
will permit. Yes, I'm looking at, yeah, we have identified that we have the intellectuals and the natural resources are there. I think apart from the policy aspect, which has to do with
Yes.
government and big stakeholders, can we have something like a
yes,
national framework? I don't know, that could go a long way, just like the NITDA and NCC. I think they have a national framework, something like that. Maybe something could come up with the government. Maybe from this series of webinars, we could have something to present to the government, like a national framework for making this a realistic something. Thank you.
actually in Nigeria we have institutions that are the caretakers of all this, but they are not doing anything. That's the problem we are facing in our country now.
Yeah, what that one again? It's good. The purpose of this webinar is to resolve some of these questions you've asked.
Yes, sir.
And I hope that every participant here will take this back to his agencies. At least I can see on this webinar, there are representatives from NISRA here. I've asked
Okay.
for the Ministry of Environment to join. I've not seen them, but
Okay.
feel free to let the questions flow so that by the time everybody is aware from thoughts, we can take it to action. So let's feel free to express what we know and what our challenges are, because the end point is to mitigate climate change.
That
And
is
it is
it.
only when we act together that we can get this achieved. That said, I think the floor is still open for further questions.
Because if it is part of the policy, we have policies to guide us. But wait, what is needed is our action and also implementation and also political will from the government.
Yes, it is political will really, but we know that it is us that bears this brunt. When we go to the villages, when this light is not there, when this energy is not there for our factories to operate, when we cannot breathe good air, when the weather is very hot, the government functionaries have their rooms equipped with the latest model of AC. Their cars well equipped with the latest model of AC and dust prevention, and probably even the ozone we complain of. So it is us, the community, that have this brunt. And it's only when we realize this as a community, as an entity. It starts with me, it starts with you. Together
Yes,
we can
definitely.
achieve this. That is part of the aim of this webinar series.
Yes, sir.
So if you will act, we don't have to just come here and listen and go. We can start with in our own small ways. Sorry, I'm not trying to preempt what I'm going to say at the end, but let's the question continue.
Yes, whilst that is going on in the background, I would really appreciate if you feel comfortable on your camera so that we can take a snapshot of people. So please, if you are comfortable turning on your camera, you can just quickly have it on.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. I think that will be all for our snapshot. Okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. So people are just having their fun. It's fine. It'll all be captured. Thank you. Thank you all for turning on your cameras. Munira, thank you also. You can now turn it off. Um, yeah. So will that be all the questions for our speaker? If there's any other question, you can drop it in the chats. And if not, we'll move on to the code session.
So actually, I would like to conclude that the future of energy in Nigeria is not only beneath our soil, it is also in our waste because we have abundance of the waste in our society. So what is needed, like Prof just said now, is our action. Like me and you, what are we doing to eradicate this problem? And what are we doing to raise our voice to the appropriate institutions to hear us, because we need them to hear us. Because what we are facing is Nigeria is pledging to have zero carbon effect at somehow years around 2060 something, I guess. So what are we doing to reduce this number of years that we are saying we have zero carbon emission? Because we need this zero carbon emission, because yearly or annually at the convention, Nigeria is pledging. So part of the pledging we are doing, what are we doing? What are we working to see that we make this into reality, what we are pledging? So we can see that it have to start from me and you. What are we doing to have to mitigate this climate change effect? So thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Jawad. Um, we are really, really appreciative of your effort to be here with us today. Those that don't know, if not for EcoClimate Foundation, getting people as knowledgeable, in-depth knowledge on recycling and methane is actually very, very hard. Um, I don't think there would have been a way for you to be in contact with Mr. Mohammed Jawad if not for EcoClimate Foundation. Let's give a thank to our community engagement. They have really pulled off this. And our ED wants to say something. You can have it.
I can see the rep from this rice here. Shuala Yolue, please, if you have any comment to what we are seeing, it will be very welcome. And I've just invited the Minister of Environment to join. Shuala, please, any word from you? Yellowway.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please, any word from you, please, before we round up this session. Thanks.
Yeah. I've been having I only got the part of the presentation on the energy, the waste energy to waste to wealth, biogas, biogas energy. But so far the presentations have been rich and good, and the participation has been okay, especially in the quizzes. So I think so far it's been very good and promising. But we're looking forward to the outcome of the whole event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I can see
Can I say
the Ministry of Environment have invited all of them, but I can't see any of them. Is anyone here? Federal Minister of Environment. Are you people here? Uma? Okay, so they are not here yet, but it's well. The webinar series continues. Our next program, so that we don't have to overstay the program. Thanks.
okay? We have really learned a lot from this impactful and insightful program, and I am very grateful for this great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you also for taking the time to join. So I believe we can all join the Kahoot session now. Let's quickly get this over. The time for the webinar is almost up. Kahoot code. The Kahoot code is both on the WhatsApp group and also on this chat here. So for ease of access, the website as usual, is cahoots.it. Cahoots.it. Both on these group chats, both on this call chat and the group chats. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think we might just go ahead and start. A few people that joined the previous ones are not yet on this. That's why. One more minute and we start this one. Why is people like them, Simon, Nefisa, our previous winners? Or you guys are already tired of winning? It's fine. We allow others to win then.
Sorry, good morning, please, Mr. Shitu, please. This is Shafiu Yakubu Usman from Kaduna, and I participated in the first session. The sessions two or what? I don't understand.
Yes, 2 sessions.
Okay, and what's the theme for this, please?
This specific one is biomethane, bioenergy in Nigeria. The first
Okay,
one was turning plastic waste into economic opportunities.
Okay, thank you so
So
much.
this is the end of the second one, the Kahoot session for the end of the second one now.
Okay, do I have to access this one or what?
Okay, so you're talking about the Kahoot?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to reaccess this. So there's the game pin now, is on the group, is on the call chat and on the group chat also. So you can just take the game pin and the same way you participated in the first one.
All right. Let me do that.
All right. Just give you maybe like 10 seconds, then we start. Yeah, I think we can. Any other person can join afterwards then. What is the main component of biogas? Something wrong with my screen. All right. Somebody chose oxygen. Well, that's very interesting. Yes. But what is the main component? Biogas is produced through a process called aerobic digestion, which requires oxygen. True or false? We'll see how attentive you are. Yeah. So some people actually got it. It's actually anaerobic digestion. I can remember the voice of my speaker saying it. Anaerobic means without oxygen. Ango Bites, Madaki, Ghostbuster, Pest, and Boss. Wow. Boss is really here now. According to the presentation, what percentage of methane is typically found in biogas? Yeah, I remember seeing it specifically. That is why it's good to pay attention. Oh, okay. A lot of people actually got the answer right. That's good. We're very proud of you. Boss is up. The tables haven't yet turned. So this following is not mentioned as a feedstock for biogas production. So the following is not mentioned. Okay, that was very good. So you need to be very attentive to the question. He said is not mentioned. So he mentioned the animal, the food, the sewage, but plastic was from the first session and not the second session. So yeah, you have that. We have Madaiki, Ghostbusters, Angovites, BBT. Oh, Ambos. Capturing methane from waste helps reduce greenhouse emissions. True or false? So somebody actually chose false. Sorry, my screen. I don't know what's wrong with it. My mouse is moving, but I'm not able to complete this.
Yeah, but we can see the game. I don't know.
Yeah, I have
Maybe
to
just
click next. I have to click
oh
next.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
While I
stop sharing your screen. But since we can see it on the game, just stop sharing your screen. Maybe to enable you to have access.
okay. Okay. We're back. Sorry for the little delay. Yes, let me share the screen again. Oh, okay. Let's go. Madaki Angle by the Ghostbusters. DBT is still following. Boss is also following the lead. What is the name of the organic fertilizer produced as a byproduct of biogas generation? Yeah. So, as a result of biogas generation, so biochar is actually from a different type of materials. So those are usually from like your coconuts or some other few ones. What is major consequences of Nigeria heavy reliance on firewood and charcoal? Oh, okay. Almost everybody got this one, right? Yes. So if you are using firewood and charcoal, obviously you have to cut down trees. which is having a serious issue with deforestation. Okay, the tables are, yeah, angle bites. Well done, sir. Nigeria generates only a small amount of organic waste, making biogas production difficult. True or false? Is it only small amounts we do? Is it plenty? Is it average? Oh, okay. So the actual answer is Nigeria actually produce huge amount of organic waste. I remember the slide was writing tons in millions. So probably you read the question too fast. So Madaki, Ghostbuster, Angobites, BBT, and Boss are still taking the lead. Ninth question out of 15. Which sector in Nigeria could directly benefit from using biogas to power agro-processing units? Agro-processing units. This one is like a bonus question. So which sector will benefit if we have the biogas to process agricultural outputs? Anybody that fails this one, assuming anybody fails this one, I'll trace you and be like, you're not paying attention. Oh, it's good. So nobody moved. That's nice. What international agreement is mentioned that supports Nigerian climate change mitigation efforts? Is it the Kyoto, the Montreal, Paris, Geneva, or which of the agreements was mentioned? The Paris Agreement. That's nice. 11 people got it right. Who is this? Who is this best person that is coming up? I will best come and push away, boss. So biogas plants can only be built on a very large industrial scale. So is it true that you can only build huge biogas plants, or you can have a small one in your backyard that you're using? True or false? Oh, okay, good. So most people got it. It's false. You can actually build a small scale one that you just be using to be doing your cookings. Angobite is not moving. Angobite doesn't want to leave his position. According to the presentation, what is the major challenge for bioenergy development in Nigeria? Oh, so 10 people got it right and 5 people. Low demand for energy. We actually need energy. That's part of the main thing that is killing us. It's killing our industries, killing our small businesses. We need energy and we are not able to get this energy as required. That's why your Baba or on gen, everybody's on gen. Your perspective involves. Which future prospects involve using biogas as fuel for vehicles? Grid injection, mini grids, landfill gas reserve recovery, compressed biomethane. Oh, okay, good. 8 people getting. Okay. These people that are leading, if people don't want to drop, Boss is making a comeback with 3 streaks in a row. Boss, well done. Even the game knows that you are the boss. Using biogas for cooking can help reduce indoor air pollution. Using biogas for cooking can help reduce indoor air pollution. True or false? Okay. I thought somebody would click false. Let me catch that person. Shit, this leaderboard no go change. Madaki, Well done, sir. What does the presentation conclude is the most critical element needed for Nigeria to succeed in methane bioenergy? More sunlight, more fossil fuels, implementation and political will, larger landfills. Okay. Mm. Really? I don't know what's wrong again. My system is having crisis. It has been close to a week. Last time I shut down the system, so today is just deciding that he needs to sleep. Okay, I think let me just stop sharing and share it, Sorry, everybody. Or are you able to see the podium from your side? Good. So the next thing now is going to be the announcement of our winners for the community challenge that we held. I think one of the judges here, Judge Mr. Sola. Are you still with us, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Is it care to do the honors? Let me bring up the Okay. So please, I would just like you to help us to announce their names.
Okay. Um, for the methane free challenge final rankings organized by EcoClimate Foundation, we have
So please, will you care to introduce? Will you care to introduce yourself, please? Let our audience know the person speaking.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Suala Martins Yellow. I work with NESRIA, National Environmental Standards and National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency. I'm one of the judges for this event, and I want to announce the final rankings. So, for the Methane Free Challenge final rankings organized by the EcoClimate Foundation, we have a total of 6 participants that were involved in the challenge. I'll start from the bottom. 6, Ramila Suminaya scored 153.2. On 5th, Mohammed Fatima scored 171. At the 4th, Nafisat Onize Ishak scored 189.2. And Adebayo Ganiya Yunus scored 190. For the second position goes to Salami Abdullahi with 190.8. And then the first goes to Yakubu Ahmad Isa with 194. So Yakubu Ahmad Isa tops the challenge with 194. And then Salami Abdullahi, a close second with 190.8. And then Adebayo Yunus, 190. Congratulations to everybody that took part in the challenge, and congratulations to those that have led the pack. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sawala. Congratulations to all our winners. Everybody is a winner here. Nobody lose. We're all having our own parts into climate action. So next, we'll just have a little way forward from our ED at EcoClimate. 1 minute, and we'll have our closing remark.
Yes, thank you all for participating in today's program. The discussion today illuminated 2 powerful truths. First, that Nigeria sits on a gold mine of untapped bioenergy potential. And second, that our plastic waste crisis can be transformed into an engine of innovation and prosperity. Both papers presented, Bioenergy in Nigeria and From Waste to Wealth, remind us that what we often discard as waste is, in fact, a resource awaiting to be announced. Now, EcoClimate will continue to champion these 3 priorities: integration, innovation, and collaboration. All of us who partook in today's program are winners, as earlier stated. It is not a one person team. It is not a one community project. It is our own project that together we can build a Nigeria where we support opportunity, where innovation drives sustainability, and where climate action is not just a slogan, but a lived reality. Thank you for participating.
Okay, thank you very much. Our ED, in person of Prof. John Ame Adakole. Next, we'll be having our closing remarks from Mr. Twain, the special advisor at EcoClimate Foundation.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Shitu. Thank you to everyone. I must appreciate the speakers of today, Zaradin Mohammed, who took the first section, and also the doctor in view, Jawad Mohammed, who took the second section. For all the talks, we are grateful for your time, though we extended a little bit behind schedule, but we are grateful to all the participants, those from NISRA, from Ministry of Environment, from the EcoClimate team. We say we are grateful. I would love to see you in the next event. Thank you so much and have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. So for those that are the winners, if you're a winner in the Kahoots, remember, drop the screenshots on the group and your account details. You'll be credited. Those that doing something from before, we do credit you live. You credited in the next probably 1 hour. Then for the challenge winners, you can reach out to me. So we'll verify it to you and you also get your payment. Thank you all for joining. Have a nice day.